Morning all. Here we are at Talabont Reservoir. Absolute beautiful spot. One of my favourite spots here. Today I'm going to be taking the Land Rover up. You can see the reservoir in the background there, guys. Absolutely stunning. I'm not sure the size of this bad boy, but it's absolutely stunning. Yeah, today I'm going to be taking the Land Rover up to up on an old track to see if we can get any access up to the top, up through some of the forestry. So I'll take you guys along with me for the ride. From there I'm going to be heading to the other side, that's the east side of the reservoir, where we'll probably hike up to the waterfalls. I'll just give you guys a rough sort of feel for where we are and where I practice bushcraft, and yeah, we'll go from there. So with no further ado, let's make a start, and we'll see how the day progresses. Right guys, we're on the east side of Talabont Reservoir. This is a man-made reservoir. I'm not sure of the date, so I can put details at the end of the date it was constructed. But I believe the water that's in here actually feeds Coventry and Birmingham area. So that'll give you some idea. I mean, it is an immense piece of water. And the wildlife on here, I spent a lot of time here. In the winter all the way through, and the wildlife is quite nice to see the wildlife changing from, you know, the winter periods, and then the birds coming back. There are, it's said, otters on the far side. I've yet to see them, but as you can see here, you can see what the track's like. We've got a bit of deadfall and debris that's coming down here, so I might have to get out and clear that. In fact, no. So I'm going to stop just here, and what we'll probably do is stop here and then take a hike further on up, and come back to you in a bit. Hi guys, as you can see, we've stopped the Land Rover short. What we've got here is, you know, as per usual, we've got a bit of fall. It's obviously rotted at the base, and this looks like an old elder actually. I'm not quite sure, but this one's come down completely blocking our access. So nice Land Rover with all the gear, but Laplander comes in to rescue. I'm sure a lot of YouTubers are familiar with the old Laplander, so I'm not going to go through it. But this is where I turn myself into a monkey and cut some of the problem out of the way, and then we shall move some of the stuff that's pushing the fence over and carry on our journey. Just a quick note here. As you've seen, the Talabont Reservoir, you can just get a picture for the size of it. It goes all the way down to the bottom there, and it's got some of the best wetland areas in this area. Back in the late fall last year, we were here taking doing some photography and looking at some of the wetland birds. And I mean, cormorants, I've never seen. I do a lot of work on the Wye and the Usk, but I've never seen the amount of cormorants that we had here. We had probably 200 cormorants in a massive flock out there stretching their wings. It's quite a picture to see actually, and that's at the far end. And I don't know if you guys can see from there, but I mean, straight across the water there, there's a hide, and that was constructed by the Wildlife Trust, I believe, for photography. And obviously in the winter it's a lovely place to make yourself a bit of lunch. But right, okay, I'll make a start on this obstruction, and then we can hopefully carry on our journey. Well, you've caught me. This bushcraft and survival lark today, it's hellish. I don't know how I'm going to manage. I'm expecting Bear Grylls to come running along any minute, diving through the woods, eating a few slugs, sucking some juice out of some snakes, and here's little old me with an apple turnover and a fresh cup of tea. Oh well, get this down me and we'll be off on adventures again. Right, we've just stopped here. We've stopped and had a bit of lunch, but obviously we've used the water that I had in the water bottle. I've got means of keeping water, but there's nothing better than stopping at every chance you get just to fill up. So I'm just going to grab a bit of water from the stream here. Obviously this comes from the top of the hill, so I'm pretty happy in all honesty that this is good water. So yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Right, let's crack on. Right, we're just on our way back down the east side of the banks of Talabont now. We're going to be going round to the waterfalls on the opposite side. Well, we'll stop and have a cup of tea. The reason for today mainly was to come out and assess the tracks like this one. As you can see how tight it is, and I've had to get out and obviously do a bit of trimming and a bit of cleaning up. But it's always good before you bring anybody out to come out and check the route. Especially after the winter where it's had winds and everything else. What you'll find is most of the dead will start coming down, and obviously with it does bring, depending on the weight, it'll bring common sense. It'll bring a lot of the smaller trees with it, like this one in front of us here. If you look to the left, you can just see the remains of some ivy there that was attached to the bigger tree. It's one that I trimmed up this morning. But so the main reason for today was to check this route up to the top and up into the big fir forest, and we're quite happy with the route. So from here on, basically for the rest of the spring period and the summer, we know that we can gain access up to the top of the hill this way, and it's exactly the same reason why we're going to the other side. Let's come back to you here. Basically on the route back, I wanted to demonstrate the reason that I have these wires on the front of my my vehicle here. A lot of you may know, but obviously there's a lot of you that don't. These wires are what we call brush wires, and it's a perfect demonstration for me to advise from inside the cab here how usable, how good they are. So if you can just have a look at these wires here. This is from the bonnet up to the top of the roof rack. As you can see, what's happening as we're driving through, I'm taking it slow, it's picking up all the trees, as you can see, the bigger trees, and it's brushing them to one side away from the windscreen and obviously the wipers, both sides. Now ultimately you will get the odd little one that will tap the window, but I would say that these brush wires, fantastic. They'll take around 80, let's say 90% of the trees, especially when night driving in locations like this. As I was saying earlier in the video, some of the wetland here is fantastic. People come from all over the country, and indeed all over Europe, to see these wetlands. If you've never experienced it or witnessed it, I would definitely advise to come down and have a look. People here are so friendly, and the area is beautiful. But as you can see on the other side of the reservoir there, you can see the fir trees. If you just come, you see the fir trees here, where that line is, that's a fire break. If you come to the left where the fir trees end, this track that follows all the way down to the cleared ground, this is where we were about an hour ago. And this is the track that we checked all the way up. Quite a bit of deadfall up in there. We've checked the track all the way up onto the top of the mountain. So now obviously we're checking the track on the opposite side. While I'm here, I'll just show you this the facility that they've constructed here for the bird watchers. So if you come with me, I'll just show you these facilities. Yeah, this is one of many. I think there's 4 dotted around the reservoir. This is a bird watching station, and they've kitted it out. It's a fantastic place to come and get out of the weather and make yourself a bit of lunch. I don't know what the light is like in here, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but as you can see, they've put benches in here. We've come in here a number of times to make ourselves a bit of lunch, have a cup of tea. They, as you can see, they've got hinged flaps, so obviously you can close these down, lift them up, bit of common sense, and sit here with your binocular looking at the birds. And like I said, there's some fantastic sights to see here. Right at the bottom there, you can see in the distance. And now we're on the neighbouring high ground. Beautiful, beautiful view. Right guys, just thought I'd come back to you. We've done the routes, we've been up over the high ground, and we've checked all the routes today. So thanks for joining me on the trip that we've had today. And I'm going to get back and edit the video now and get it up for you guys to watch. So thanks again for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon.